chat if you can hear me, okay? It's been a while since I've gone live on a Monday, let alone night. But this is definitely worth going live for. That is. How's everybody doing? Make sure that my chat is working. Hold on a second. Big updates for Michael Vaughan. It's very ironic. Today I did a live on Summer Wells, and I also did a live, I did a video the other day about, getting justice for Michael, and I asked earlier, should I take on Michael Vaughan again? I just had a feeling that it was time, and oh, hold on, let me see what's going on. Oh my gosh, is this better? Good Lord, what was that? What in the hell was that? Can y'all hear me okay? Jeez. Okay, hold on. That was crazy. Okay, hold on. I'm going to restart. Sorry, guys. I rarely go live this late and everything's all wonky. What about now? Can you hear me okay? I'm going to have to just use the old-fashioned microphone, the old school ones. Good Lord. That sounded like a demon. Ooh. Lord have mercy. All right. Well, we're good now. So anyway, sorry about that. I got too excited. It's probably because I did a reading earlier, huh? That's what it is. I haven't done one in so long. And I did one, and that's it. I got some demons. All right, y'all. Let me get to the point. I'm going to say hi to everybody in a big one collective. Thank you for being here. Mods, thank you for being here. Happy Halloween. It's a little early. This is why you lyric. Thank you for coming back. Jen, Hannah, I'm so glad you're here. And Lulu, Brooke, Grammy H, One Life to Live. Thank you for being here. And everyone else, of course. So now that the demons have been exorcised, listen up, y'all. Michael Vaughan's case. Prosecutor on investigation over missing boy. Quote, I expect to charge it. Now, that's a very interesting way to say we're charging someone or someone's. And thank you, Whistle While You Lurk. Says congratulations on the littlest Eve. Thank you. We are so happy and in love and tired and stinky, but we are grateful. Very grateful. Let's see if my chat's working after all. Let's see. Woohoo, it is. Man, the demon's gone. Things are working now. Hi, Hellcat. So, quote, keep praying for justice and closure for Michael Vaughan. Now, I don't know where Brandy Neal is right now. I know that she hangs out in Purple's chat and I think Rap's chat and some other chats. But I don't know where she is right now. I would love if she has any updates or if anybody has heard any updates from her directly. That'd be great because we always want, more confirmation, but I doubt I'm going to get it on this platform. But it's about Michael. So Argus Observer, let's read what Argus Observer is saying about Michael's case. And God, I hope this doesn't sound like a freaking demon. Fingers crossed.
Fayette County. The public may soon know a portion of the outcome of a law enforcement investigation related to missing Fruitland boy Michael Monkey Vaughan, as the prosecutor does expect to file charges, but has not stated what those might be. I expect to charge it, but there are a lot of complexities and I am being careful with that, Fayette County Prosecutor Mike Duke told the Argus Observer during a phone call at the end of September. In the last couple of days, supporters of Michael's family have begun to echo what Duke said. This includes an update from administrators on a Facebook page previously dedicated to information regarding Michael, who was last seen in his neighborhood on July 27, 2021 when he was 5 years old. The recommended charges and reports have gone to the prosecutor and they are waiting for the grand jury, it reads. It appears charges are forthcoming in the near future. As for Sarah Wondra, she was sentenced on unrelated charges and will be remaining in custody at this time. It is unknown as to whether she is included in the grand jury file. The Argus Observer has a request. On Monday afternoon, an official at the Fayette County Courthouse said that there currently are no grand jury hearings on the court calendar. Those hearings are set at the request of the prosecutor, with court officials setting the hearings on the calendar in conjunction with the judge's calendar.
All right, so recap. Argus Observer spoke with, or at least got an update from Fayette County Prosecutor Mike Duke, who the Fruitland Police Department sent the case file to back in, April or May? And we had heard nothing. I had given them calls. They weren't friendly about me calling so much, but it is what it is. Hey, Mr. Eve, he said, feeding the baby. All right. Thank you. Yeah, it looks like there is some lurkers, and that's okay. It's about Michael. So, the public may soon know a portion of the outcome. That was a very interesting start out to this, in my opinion. We might know a portion. Well, we haven't even had a portion of a portion, except for what sleuths like myself have come across and asked and stuff like that because everything's so damn hush hush. But I think I understand more so now than I did before about why. They have one chance, guys. I've made videos on Michael Vaughan about the grand jury recently. The Argus Observer has a request for comment pending with Duke related to the statements about the grand jury right here. Now, I had posted a video again about a grand jury meeting, I believe in September or maybe early October. I'll have to look into my files, if you will. um, let me see, grand jury. It's in my Discord for sure. But they haven't had a grand jury since then. Let me look. Sorry. So I think it was in September that I saw that there was potentially one being held. And there was one before that too. So I don't know if that actually happened. I didn't know if that was going to be involved in another case that I had covered very briefly about a double homicide in New Plymouth, which is about 15-20 minutes away, I think. So there has probably been at least maybe an effort to charge someone or someone's. But I don't know. But that's very interesting. They are waiting for the grand jury for sure. That we know. Charges are forthcoming in the near future. Does not mention Sarah Wandra, so don't get your head all up in Sarah Wandra right now. We don't know who it's for. If there's multiple, we don't know yet. So it says on Monday afternoon, an official at the Payette County Courthouse said that there are currently no grand jury hearings on the court calendar, and I have also looked at that as well. I check it every day. You know I do. See, I got it on speed dial of the interwebs. So updated October 10th, a week ago. Trial for October 11th was vacated, but it didn't say anything about grand jury, and it did last time. So, but there are jurors 80 through 269 on the docket for a possible trial on Monday, October 23rd, which is my dada's birthday. Shout out to Rob, my daddy. I think he'll be 60, excuse me, he'll be 26. Because he's forever young. But there is all jurors check after 5 p.m. on Tuesday, October 17th for possible trials the week of October 30th. Now, most of y'all know that I'm into some spooky dooky stuff. I'm medium, and I've always predicted in the last year, I've always predicted that October 30th was not only Michael Vaughan, but Summer Wells's big case break update. I don't know. It's always been that way. Always. And it's just really coming into fruition here. Not to toot my own horn, but maybe it will. Anyway, getting off of that, let's continue with the update. So this is about the Facebook page. Now, this damn Facebook page. Let me tell you something. I've had some issues. A lot of people have had issues with the admins of this specific Facebook group. It's a members only kind of deal, okay? Let me show you. Michael Vaughan. It's a public community search. Well, that has changed. I used to be in this group and then I got kicked out. I got kicked out fast with a lot of people because they were doing cleanup. And I have covered who runs that Facebook group. There's some sketchy ass people that have done some sketchy ass shit. But they've also done some good things, so I can't really harp on them too bad. But I said what I said. They were very, what's the word? Criminal in many different ways. All right. And it was privated after a while. Everybody got kicked out, and then it became private. So I don't even think I can find it anymore. Yeah. Anyway, I think I'm even blocked. Pretty sure. That's how bad it got. So let's continue. So just know that there is, and I used to be in this huge Facebook group with all the family and all that stuff. And let's see what happened to it or what's changing.
The Facebook page dedicated to Michael has had some changes in the past few days, with Administrator Brooke Amber posting about those updates on Sunday, stating they had been discussed with Michael's mother, Brandy Neal, as well. The name of the page has changed to Monkey's Missing Children Project of Idaho. It states that Michael is still priority for the page, but it is now being opened up to all missing and endangered children in Idaho only. It will include children from Idaho who are believed to have been taken outside the state or from another state believed to be in Idaho. Thank you all for your patience through all of this, especially during the quieter times, reads the post. Keep praying for justice and closure for Michael.
So it used to be called Michael Vaughan Missing in Idaho Public Community Search, I believe. Now it's Monkey's Missing Children Project of Idaho, which I love that. I really do. But I couldn't find it. So maybe that's because I'm blocked and it still applies. I really don't know. Maybe somebody can let me know if they're part of that group. And I'm going to try one more time. I don't think it's updated. I don't know. Yeah, I don't see it. Lips. No idea. I do know that I don't see Amber Brooke, who was the admin, and the Curtis guy, Brandon Curtis. Very interesting fella. I don't see him on the admin page anymore. I only see 3. Ray Sunshine, Chrissy Vaughn, which is the Tyler Vaughn's sister, and some other person. I can't remember. Maybe Brandy. I don't know. Not really sure. But you found it? Wilted lettuce? Yeah, absolutely, Lulu. Thank you. Or wilted. Odd says, I'm a sub but new to you. I was notified in this case is so sad. I hope the little angel is resting peacefully. Amen to that. Thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here. Let's see. Thank you, Lulu. I appreciate it. The content isn't available right now because my bitch ass is blocked. I can't. So, and I don't want to log out because it's a big pain in my ass to get back in. What do they got to block me for? I didn't do nothing. Oh, the Cowboys won, Mr. Eve. Woohoo! Cowboys Nation. Maybe if I just go. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to do it. But anywho, let's continue.
Suspects previously named. Currently, nobody is in custody or facing charges related to the disappearance of Michael, who was last seen at the age of 5 near his Fruitland neighborhood. Wondra was one of 4 people initially named by law enforcement officials as a suspect in Michael's case, with Wondra once facing a charge for failing to report the death of a person, namely, Michael. She was the only suspect who has been arrested and ended up going to a state hospital for a mental evaluation before heading to court over charges. In March, Wondra was deemed fit for trial and. However, in mid-April, the Payette County prosecutor ended up dismissing the case without prejudice, meaning it can be brought to trial again. Fruitland Police Chief J.D. Huff provided his investigation to Duke sometime in July, having publicly announced he'd done so on the 2-year anniversary of Michael's disappearance.
Okay, so I apologize. July was when J.D. Huff did the send all of this stuff off on his anniversary, which I remember saying out loud to people, he better not do some shit like that on the 2-year. I don't know why I said that and why I was so upset about it at the time. Maybe it's because I wanted more. Everybody wanted more, than just, we sent it off to the prosecutor, just waiting. And I know that that's just how it works. But, when you sleuth it for a year and a half, you get tired. You get tired of waiting. And when you fight so hard to get justice or some kind of information or update, and then they do that shit on the 2-year anniversary, it's just like, maybe that's why I was just tired. But so thankful that it's at least happening now, right?
Disappearance. Other suspects previously named include Wondra's husband, Stacy Wondra, as well as Adrian Lucien and Brandon Shirtliff, who were said to be living with the couple during Michael's disappearance. Stacy Wondra remains in custody awaiting a federal trial for a gun charge in a case that is not related to Michael or his wife's gun case. Sarah Wondra sentencing. Wondra was sentenced on October 6 for 2 felony charges in an unrelated case regarding a firearm. For the first count, aggravated assault with a deadly weapon or instrument, Judge Kylie Stuchlik sentenced her to 3 years determinate, 2 years indeterminate with the Idaho Department of Corrections, and related fees. The second count was for evidence destruction, alteration, or concealment. For that, Stuchlik sentenced Wondra to no determinate time, but 2 years of indeterminate time, giving credit of 228 days for time already served. Wondra's overall fines associated with the case total $8,088. A third charge for possession of controlled substance was dismissed on the motion of the prosecutor. In this case, Wondra also faces a federal charge of unlawful possession of a firearm. According to court documents, this is because she had previously been convicted of a Class A felony punishable for a term exceeding 1 year, namely attempted robbery. A jury trial for that case is set for December 4 at 1:30 p.m. in the U.S. Courthouse in Boise. A trial readiness conference is slated for November 21. Copy article.
All right. So Sarah Wondra, charge was dropped way back in the day. All right. No charges have been filed on any of the 4 alleged suspects that were put on the post reports for the world to see. They all, besides Adrian Lucien, we have not heard from him, but everybody screams that they are innocent, right? So I don't know. We can't know for sure who is getting this charge or if there's multiple. But what I can tell you is that I stopped covering the people that were named as suspects, the 4 that we know, Brandon Shirtliff, Adrian Lucien, and the Wondras, because of the heightened backlash that I was getting. And I had from the family and people around the family, but specifically the mother. And I didn't want to jeopardize something if, in fact, I was hitting a nerve. Okay, because I was also covering people around them. And it really seemed to struck a nerve, especially when I exposed Tanner Butler's dog bone looking ass, who knows the family. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I should back away for a minute and just see how this plays out, And if you don't know who Tanner Butler is, go watch my series on Tanner. It's very interesting. It's the reason why Sarah is sentenced to 2 years in jail. All right. Well, 3 years, but 228 days time served. All right. So, what does this mean? Well, we really don't know. But what we can say is the wording is damn odd. I expect to charge it. What do you mean? Charge it? Charge them? Charge him? Charge her? Bring charges to X, Y, and Z? I don't know what this means. This is so odd to me. To charge the case. Well, yeah, but you don't charge cases, right? You charge people. It's not a bill on Capitol Hill, right? This is Schoolhouse Rock. Maybe we should go back and relearn some of this. I don't know what that means. It's very vague. And I think that there's a reason why they're not really expressing you know, who and how many people and blah 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 blah. I expect to charge it, but there are a lot of complexities, and I'm being very careful, or I am being careful with that. Right? But why does that mean you have to word it so like is there a gang maybe involved? Is there another case? Is there another case that is intertwined? And this is my personal feeling that there is. I do really feel this way. Um that's why it's like, well, it's a grand jury indictment and there's another case involved and we can't really tip off those kind of things. And if they did say that it was a group or a single individual, even though that's what they said in this other case that I believe might be intertwined, maybe that's why. I don't know. Little Dev, maybe they didn't want the person to know. Right. Or the group. Maybe the group is gang. Look, Idaho is a gang. Like, look. Idaho makes Benny Keys look like a joke when it comes to threats, harassment, etc. Okay, I'm being legitimately honest with you. They have one of the worst gangs there in Nampa. It's really bad. To the point where they're charging people with murder of the worst kind. Okay, let's just say that. Actually, just let me show you. Like, I did a video on it a little bit, but I was really worried that I was going to piss off some bad people and get blasted and toasted one day, so I just kind of backed away. But let me show you. Gangs, Idaho. There are currently 5 gangs that are trying to take over in Idaho. Yeah, you know what? It's those states that don't get a lot of coverage in the news until one day it does, and it gets all of it. That's what's going on. Gangs of Idaho. Area Nights. And that's always been a thing, honestly. Does not surprise me. I think 13, that one, what's it called? Hold on. Latin Kings, MS-13. There's 1%ers and 3%ers, which is kind of like a joke, but it's what it is. They're still gangs. Motorcycle gangs. Caldwell's getting really and New Plymouth, they're getting kind of infiltrated with gang activity. And then you have Ontario, Oregon right across the border there. It's not good. It's not good. Nope. There's that. There's MS-13. So look, they have gang activity. I promise you. I promise you that. And it's infiltrated into police. Badly. I mean, Caldwell alone has had so much corruption within it that I think they had to take a day or two off as an entirety of a police force. Like, they're getting sued left and right. Yep, turf wars, little Deb. Mm-hmm. So, the reason why I say I think that it might be involved is because of the closeness of the family around these two victims, Megan and Maya, and Eric Ortega. Double homicide in New Plymouth. They said that they were going to bring charges in December. Significant progress made. Now, what had happened was these two were shot fatally after midnight in Eric's home in New Plymouth, which is not too far away from Fruitland. And, officials believe charges will be issued soon. We don't know if there is any. I haven't seen it. But anyway, they're trying to find out who shot these two. Now, from the research that I have done and others have done, we know that in a roundabout way, Eric took a plea deal, if you will, in with his federal charges and got out of prison early. He was a drug trafficker. He has a long prison or criminal record. Okay. He's not innocent by any means. It looks like he was out of prison roughly 2020, 2021 before Michael went missing. Sometimes I think he kind of looks like the Walking Man. I'm just going to say it, but that's all just my speculation. The Walking Man, the guy that also looks like Tyler Vaughan to some people. That's just their words, not mine. Their words. Yeah. And the research that I have done on Eric and where he lives and all of the 911 calls that have gone to his residence or people around him in New Plymouth, it's sketch as hell. Bro has so many arson calls on him for starting fires. Like, why are you starting fires? Why are you starting fires on your property, sir? It's very interesting. Then you had this big church go up in flames. What was it, the day of, or maybe the day? Jen Hanna might know in the chat, but a very old church went up in flames in New Plymouth. Horrible. I mean, look at that. Church fire, New Plymouth, Idaho. No, this was on that day, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry. The day that they were both shot, the church went up in a blaze. That same day, that night. So sad. And this was a very old church.
I know you think we can't afford it, but we need life insurance.
You can afford it. Look at that house.
Right.
Shut up. Sorry. I'm a little sassy. Get the coverage you need. Yeah. Select quote. $18 a month for a $500,000 policy. Get out of town. Not with my health bill. Nope. So, a church in New Plymouth is a total loss after a fire broke out. Let's look at the footage. I don't think it has sound. There it is. Look at that. So it's just very odd that this church was set ablaze, you know. There had been some arson issues around New Plymouth at the time, but even around the time of Michael's disappearance, there had been fires just set all over New Plymouth, and it was weird. And even at his property. So I'm wondering if this was like the gang train going, hey, this is our sign that y'all are in some trouble. I don't know. But what I also know is that Eric was going to roll on somebody in a upcoming trial. Potentially, maybe, allegedly, it's been said through the grapevine. And he has to go. So maybe, just maybe, the people around Tyler Vaughan, who, I'm going to be honest with you, has been busted for drugs over the years, pulled over, had paraphernalia, all these things. Maybe there was some issue. Maybe this was retaliation. If you could say it about Don Wells and Candace Wells, you can say it about anybody. Drugs are drugs, gangs are gangs. All right? Excuse me. Maybe there was some retaliation. We don't know. We don't know. But what I do know is that the same people around Red Wing, the Wanderers, are the same damn people messing around with Eric and Megan. Megan was an innocent person, I think, at the wrong place at the wrong time, in my opinion. So I'm not going to go into much detail about her, but I do know that her family and the Ortega family know the Vaughns. I know that. So maybe that's what it is. And so because it's so gang related, that's why everybody has to be careful. I have had to bite my tongue and hold my tongue because I've been very nervous to say anything about stuff like that. Thank you. Yes. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Everyone is innocent until proven guilty by a court of law. I'm just stating what I know. So maybe that's what this is. I don't know. But we have to keep... I think that we have to respect what he's saying, Mr. Mike Duke and Payette, because it's almost like he's scared to say anything. We're going to charge it. Who? What? When? Where? How? Well, they got to go to the grand jury. And they do believe that he is still deceased, obviously, if they're going to the grand jury. So do they have evidence to suggest that he did, in fact, pass away? And do they have evidence that they were, that Michael was in that backyard? We don't know. Maybe it was a setup. Maybe the Wanderers were set up. People were in and out of the home, and the Wanderers were in jail being charged with things. There were people in and out of that house. I can promise you that. There was a guy that was close to one of the friends of Tyler Vaughan who was staying there that had a sushi chef knife, wheeling it around because he got high and drunk. Okay, I'm being real with you. And he passed away from cancer right after Michael finished. This is very complex, and I agree with Mike Duke. There's a lot that I know, guys, that you just have no idea. You have no idea what me and others know. There's so many twists and turns, and the people that are around and involved in this case are scary as shit. It really is scary. And now I understand why people think that it's okay around this case. People very, very close to Michael can act the way that they do because it really is that mentality. It really is. Oh, thank you, Brooke. Brooke gifted a membership to Lulu. Welcome aboard. I know, Shani, I know. So, because this has come out, I feel a lot more comfortable being more open about this, but I'm still going to be careful. I still got to be careful. I don't want no beef, no turf wars. I'm good. I don't want none. I do not want any Biederman action over here. But at the same time, Michael Vaughan deserves justice, and it's obviously coming in some form or fashion through a grand jury, hopefully. And we really need to stay diligent that that is followed through with, or at least updated on, and to hold that prosecutor to the fire. Baby Eve has fallen asleep. Thank you, Jesus. He's actually a great sleeper. Me and Mr. Eve, we sleep like, man, tornado could come through and we're just out. I'm so glad. Thank you, Mr. Eve. He's been awesome today with the baby. So, having said that, I should probably give him a break. Especially now that the baby's asleep. All I have to do is just, I'm just kidding. But we really do need to be diligent for Michael Vaughan. Don't allow people to bully or harass anymore. Justice is coming. We don't know how, but we do know that it is very, very hush hush. And I appreciate that and kind of understand it because of the players involved in the shit that I know, which scares me. It really does, and it should scare you about how little we really actually know people. And not everything is as it seems because of the cover of the book. All right? That's all I'll say. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Y'all go enjoy your Monday evening on this YouTube streets. I will see you on the next live. And as I say, drink your water, hug yourself, your babies, your fur babies, your grandbabies. Justice for Michael Vaughan, Summer Wells. And I will see you on the next live, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.